Indian nurse Nimisha Priya, who was handed the death sentence in Yemen, is likely to be executed on the 16th of July. Nimisha Priya, aged 37, who originally belongs to Kerala, was convicted of the murder of Yemeni citizen Talal Abdo Mahdi. Samuel Jerome Bhaskaran, a local worker who was negotiating with government officials in Yemen, and Talal's family confirmed that a letter was issued to the public prosecutor to jail authorities. Let's in fact remind you of the backstory of this case. Remember, Nimisha had come into contact with Mahdi in 2014. This is the same year when Yemen descended into civil war and the country ceased issuing new visas, preventing their return. In 2015, Nimisha collaborated with Mahdi to establish a clinic in Sanaa's Yemen capital. The Yemeni law requires nationals to be involved in setting up businesses, prompting her to seek Mahdi's assistance. However, over the next 2 years, differences cropped up between Nimisha and Mahdi, and she allegedly was abused by him. Mahdi allegedly took away her passport, making her trip back to Kerala impossible. Mahdi also misrepresented himself as a husband to Yemeni authorities, due to which she couldn't get any aid. In a bid to reclaim her passport, Nimisha allegedly injected Mahdi with sedatives in 2017. However, an overdose of the sedative resulted in Talal Abdo Mahdi's death. Nimisha was found guilty of killing him and sent to prison. She was sentenced to death by a trial court in Yemen in 2018. Till now, $40,000 raised by Nimisha's family as part of negotiations. Belly Thomas is joining us for more on this story. Belly, we are learning that Nimisha Priya, in some sad news for her family, will be executed later this month.
Absolutely, Uday. Kerala nurse Nimisha Priya, who is on the death row at the central prison in Yemen's capital, Sanaa, for the alleged murder of the Yemeni national, is scheduled to be executed on July 16th. So this is according to the jail authorities, who have received certain communication from the judiciary that the execution should be carried on July 16th. However, the Nimisha Priya's family members, like her husband or her mother or the people who are a part of the same Nimisha Priya Action Council, they told us that they weren't apprised of this particular development, as the execution is on 16th. Earlier too, there were several instances where such developments had come, but this was being made to facilitate the immediate negotiations that's happening between the mediators and the Mahdi's family members there. So since it is a Houthi tribes there, the Houthi has taken control of the Sanaa area. There is no way that the Indian diplomats can directly talk to the tribe of this particular person who have been murdered, and so there are things are being carried out with the mediators, according to Babu John, who is a member of the same Nimisha Priya Action Council, who said that even as we speak today and tomorrow, they are going to, the mediators are going to sit with the tribe members of the person who have been murdered, and try to negotiate some kind of blood money, which same Nimisha Priya Action Council member Babu John told us that they are ready to pay around $1 million US, but they have been comparing to other blood money that have been granted to prisoners in Saudi Arabia. So there is some kind of expectation from the family members that they would get more money, and this is indeed taking more time for the negotiation, is what we hear at this point of time, Uday.
All right. In fact, Arvind Tejawat, international affairs expert, is also joining us now on the broadcast. Arvind Tejawat, what do you make of the way this entire trial was conducted in Yemen, and now this death sentence, which is likely to be carried out later this month?
We are in New Delhi. So I know that there is an ambassador in Satyaniketan, and I have met him once, and I found that India and the Yemen is not having that kind of ties where we can really think about at a larger level the relations between two countries. So now if we consider, then I suppose that we are not having as much frequent and meaningful and diplomatically meaningful the communication with the Yemeni representative here in New Delhi. Now it's really very tough to handle the situation, what I suppose. But if the diplomats sitting in a Ministry of External Affairs, if they are taking an interest in such kind of things, and such a small incident may not be very much important for India at the moment. But I suppose that to build a trust in the Indian, not only the Indian diaspora, but the Indian people who are working outside, including Yemen and many other Gulf countries. So India should try to give the legal assistance to the worker who is working over there and try to understand the legalities and other things. Then I suppose that India can really try to escape the someone's life, and it will build a trust in between the Indian people who is working outside, especially in the Gulf countries.
All right, Arvind Tejava, thank you for joining us with your perspective on that story. Also, thanks to Belly who joined us earlier.
For more such videos, subscribe to the Newsx YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.